The only downside to today's game is Dimitri Flowers and Gino Grissom each went down with an injury in the game. However, neither appear to be serious and they should be ready for fall practice. Reporting from Norman, Jack McGuire, 7 Sports. The 8th-ranked Eisenhower boys are heading to their first state tournament since 2012 after defeating Norman North in the area round on Saturday. Now the Eagles turn their attention to Thursday's state quarterfinal matchup against 3rd-ranked Tulsa Union, a team that's only lost 2 games all season. Elgin upset Anadarko to win the area championship and advance to their first state tournament since 2007. Now there are bigger birds waiting for them in the sky as the Lady Owls prepare to take on number 1 Fort Gibson. Throughout college basketball's regular season, the Big 12 was widely regarded as the best conference in the nation. 7 of the conference's 10 teams earned NCAA tournament berths, and 5 schools were the higher seed in their second-round matchup. However, the conference's claim to the top spot has come into question since the start of the Big Dance. Entering Sunday, 4 of the 7 teams had already been eliminated. Kansas, the 2 seed in the South, was trying to avoid that same fate against 10 seed Stanford this afternoon. Cardinal played strong from the outset, chasing Randall to backdoor cut and lay up 2-point Stanford lead. Then clock winding down at the end of the half, Connor Frankamp forces the turnover, then drains the 3 at the buzzer to give the Jayhawks their first lead heading into halftime. Tied at 28 early in the second, Randall gets the steal and goes coast to coast to lay it up and in. Cardinal take a 2-point lead, 5 minutes left to play. Jamari Traylor, no. Perry Ellis, yes. Tied at 51, but Stanford responds. Dwight Powell gets the ugly leaner, oh my, to fall. Cardinal in front by 2. Then they're up 5 with under 20 seconds left. Frankamp open for 3 from the wing, drains it, and Kansas is down just 2. After Anthony Brown goes 1 of 2 from the line, chance for KU to tie, eventually gets to Frankamp, and his 3, no go. Stanford holds on to upset the Jayhawks 60-57. They're on to the Sweet 16 to face 11 seed Dayton. With KU's loss, that leaves just 2 of the 7 Big 12 teams to make the tournament remaining in the Big Dance. The Big 12's conference tournament champion, 3 seed Iowa State, is locked in a round of 32 tussle with 6 seed North Carolina and San Antonio in the East region. The Cyclones currently lead the Tar Heels 52-49 in the second half. Iowa State is trying to advance to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2000, but they're going without big man Georges Niang, who fractured his foot in the Cyclones' win over North Carolina Central on Friday. Before going down with the injury, Niang scored 24 points. His teammates have picked up the slack. DeAndre Kane has 18 points and Melvin Edgem has 15. The winner of this game will play UConn in the Sweet 16. I'll have the final score on 7 News at 10. The other Big 12 team still in the dance is Baylor. The 6 seed Bears are paired up with the 3 seed Creighton Blue Jays in the West Region's round of 32. That game will tip off at 6:40 p.m. in San Antonio. Baylor had no trouble in its first tournament game on Friday, dispatching Nebraska 74-60 behind 16 points from Corey Jefferson. I'll have the final score from this one on 7 News at 10. In the Midwest region, undefeated and number 1 seed Wichita State battled 8 seed Kentucky in the 3rd round. Under a minute left in the first half, Fred Van Vliet rips it away. Clee Anthony early with the dunk and the foul. Let's take a look at slow motion again because you know it's better that way. Oh my, up high, down hard. Shockers up 9, but Kentucky answers just before the half. James Young strokes the 3 ball to get the Wildcats back within 6 at halftime. In the second half, Andrew Harrison the lob to Willie Cauley-Stein for the big dunk. Kentucky goes up by 4, but the Shockers are up 2. Under 5 minutes left. It's early, never too late. Stepping out for the 3, putting the Shockers up 5. Then with 2 minutes remaining, 1-point lead turns into a Kentucky 2-point lead with that 3 ball. Cats lead up to 4 with 30 seconds left. Ron Banker, the bank is open. On Sunday, Shockers within 1. They're down 2 with 3 seconds left. Shockers go to Van Vliet, but his 3 is a no-go. And Kentucky upsets the undefeated Shockers 78-76. They're on to face Louisville in the Sweet 16. Wichita State ends the season at 35-1. By splitting Saturday's doubleheader with Eastern New Mexico, the Cameron baseball team assured itself at least a split of the series, something they hadn't done in Lone Star Conference play. The Aggies hadn't won a series since February 1st and 2nd versus East Central University, and CU got off to a bad start, down 5-0 in the second when Caden Hartzog skies one to center field. Matt Burks makes the catch, but Brad Blummer tags from third and scores to get CU on the board. Later in the inning, Keegan Baso fields his pitcher's position and makes the throw to first to get Brandon Rady to end the Aggie threat in the second inning. Eastern would add to its lead in the top of the fourth. Sam Hedrick pops one up to left field. Jordan Clemson's throw is just a little high and late to get Brad Ackerman. The Greyhounds regain a 5-run lead. To the bottom of the fourth we go. Bases loaded for CU. Kaz Sanders hits it sharply to third. Hedrick bobbles the ball. Everybody is safe. Matt Neilmeyer scores one of 2 Cameron runs in the inning. That was the spark the Aggies needed. They go on to win 19-11. They scored 16 runs in the 7th and 8th inning to win the series 3-1. We'll have more 7 news after the break. If you're a college basketball fan, today might feel a little like Christmas morning. It's Selection Sunday, the day when all the speculating and bubble watching ends. The field of 68 for the NCAA tournament is announced, and March Madness officially begins today. Both Oklahoma and Oklahoma State were selected as at-large teams for the field of 68, starting with the Sooners. They were awarded a 5 seed after a 23-9 season. They played 12-seeded North Dakota State in the first round in Spokane on Thursday. Oklahoma State rebounded from a tough midseason 7-game losing streak to finish 21-12 and get a 9 seed. The Cowboys will play 8-seeded Gonzaga in San Diego on Friday. Two of the other Big 12 teams, conference tournament champion Iowa State probably helped itself get a higher seed by winning the Big 12 last night over Baylor. The Cyclones get a 3 seed and are matched up with the 14 seed North Carolina Central in the first round on Friday in San Antonio. Kansas lost to Iowa State in the semifinals of the Big 12 tourney, but the Jayhawks were still given a 2 seed in this year's tournament. KU is matched up with Eastern Kentucky in St. Louis on Friday. They're the highest seeded Big 12 team. Moving down the line in the Big 12, conference tournament runner-up Baylor grooved its way back into the big dance by going 10-2 in its final 12 games. The Bears were awarded a 6 seed for their late season turnaround. They'll play 11 seed Nebraska in the first round of the tournament on Friday in San Antonio. Meanwhile, Texas finished the season by going 3-5 down the stretch. The Longhorns are a 7 seed playing 10th seeded Arizona State in Milwaukee on Thursday. 7 of the 10 Big 12 teams were awarded bids to the tournament, more than any other conference. The 7th and final squad was the Kansas State Wildcats. K-State lost 3 in a row to end the season, but they sneak into the tournament as a 9 seed, playing 8-seeded Kentucky in St. Louis on Friday, which Wichita Falls native Marcus Foster leads the Wildcats, averaging almost 16 points per game. The Tulsa Golden Hurricane was the Conference USA champion. TU made the field of 68 for the first time since 2003. They were awarded a 13 seed for their hard work. They'll play 4th-seeded UCLA in San Diego on Friday. Tulsa is one of the hottest teams in the nation right now. They have won 11 in a row. They last lost on February 6th. Here's the 4 number 1 seeds for the NCAA tournament. SEC champion Florida earned the number 1 overall seed after going 32-2 and beating Kentucky in the SEC championship game. They'll play the winner of Albany and Mount St. Mary's in round 1. Wichita State is 34-0 on the season and is also a number 1 seed for the first time in school history. They'll play either Cal Poly or Texas Southern in the first round. Arizona won the Pac-12 regular season title and grabbed the 3rd number 1 seed. They get Weber State in the round of 64. The final 1 seed was up in the air until this afternoon. It went to Virginia. The Cavaliers will play Coastal Carolina in the first round Friday. To the NBA, the Thunder have been off since Thursday night's 29-point drubbing of the Lakers at Chesapeake Energy Arena. The extra time off has given OKC a chance to gear up for a tough back-to-back starting tonight at home against Dallas. In just a few minutes, the Thunder will tip off against the Mavericks at Chesapeake Energy Arena. The Thunder and Mavs haven't played since November 6th, a 14-point OKC win at home. Currently, OKC is 1 game behind San Antonio for first place in the Western Conference, with exactly 1 month remaining in the season. Dallas and OKC would actually play each other in the playoffs if the season ended today. The Mavs are currently the 7th seed in the West as they battle with Golden State, Memphis, and Phoenix at the bottom of the playoff picture. The Thunder will be without Russell Westbrook tonight. He'll be sitting out for rest so he can get ready for tomorrow night's game with the Bulls in Chicago at 7 p.m. Check back on 7 News at 10 for Thunder Mavs highlights. Oh, what a beautiful view in Miami as the Heat host the Rockets in the NBA today. And tied in the first quarter, D-Wade slips the pass to LeBron James, getting the dunk. Heat lead by 2, then clock winding down before the half. Patrick Beverley, say hello to Chris Bosh. Beverly jams it on Bosch. Houston trailed at 3 at the break to the fourth quarter. Rockets up 2. James Harden drains the 3 ball to give Houston a 5-point lead with 6 minutes remaining. But back come the Heat. Miami up by 1 with 3 minutes left. Ray Allen sinks the 3, giving a nice pump fake. Heat go back up 4, and they go on to win 113-104. The Cameron Baseball's Saturday matchup with Tarleton State was postponed until today because of the weather, but a few hours before the first pitch this morning, the Aggies and Texans agreed to cancel today's game as due to poor weather and field conditions. The Lone Star Conference game will not be made up, but the two teams will look to play a non-conference game later this season. We'll have more 7 News after the break. After Thursday's 6-point road loss to the Suns, the Thunder dropped to 46-16 on the season. In 3 days since that loss, the Spurs have gone 2-0 to climb back into a tie for first in the West with OKC, with a little over a month remaining in the NBA's regular season. Oklahoma City was in LA to play the Lakers after this afternoon, trying to start the stretch run off in the second quarter. Things looking good. Derek Fisher forces the turnover up ahead to Kevin Durant, who finds Russell Westbrook for the dunk to put OKC up 18. But the Lakers come all the way back in the third quarter. Down 1, Jody Meeks hits the 3, giving LA a 2-point lead. Meeks had a career-high 42 points in the game. In the fourth, the Lakers completely flipped the script. Jordan Farmar, the corner 3 to give LA an 18-point lead. Thunder in a huge hole. 1 minute left. Westbrook, oh my goodness! The jam to get OKC within 3. Same score, under 30 seconds left. Kent Bazemore drives and lays it in for the 5-point Laker lead, and the Thunder fall for the second game in a row, 114-110.
The senior point guard holds the title of reigning Lone Star Conference Player of the Year and has been named a preseason All-American. However, those pale in comparison to the additional honor he received coming into the new season. On October 7th, the Division II Bulletin named Foster the National Player of the Year. Foster could not believe it when Coach Nate Gamet informed him.
He came to the office, he was like, look at this. And he showed me the paper, and I was DT Player of the Year. I had to clear my eyes. I was like, man, that can't be true. I wasn't really expecting to be preseason Player of the Year at that.
He, as well as Coach Gamet, understands that the pressure on Foster's shoulders has increased greatly.
So much eyes is on me right now. It's like I have a lot of pressure on my shoulders, but I got to relax and just play my game like I always have.
Couldn't happen to a better player as far as a person that's going to work hard and deserves it. Now it's his job to shoulder the responsibility and take this team back to where we were last year.
The team has transformed compared to last year's, adding 9 new recruits. Foster has noticed that the team should be able to take some of the load off his shoulders.
This year's team is a lot different. The reason why, because we have a lot more scoring to help me out. Everybody can just score, take a lot of load off me, so teams gonna have to really guard everybody, not just me, and glue on me the whole game.
The team's success last year has opened up the opportunity for extended goals and expectations. Foster believes the NCAA Elite 8 is not too far away.
Most importantly, we're going to keep this undefeated streak alive at home, and then we're going to win conference this year and then make a strong push at this Elite 8 push for our last run.
The team will play their season opener on November 8th at home against Oklahoma Panhandle State University. For CUTV, I'm Jack McGuire.
The team has seen its share of ups and downs this season. With tournament time nearing, Cameron's 18-8 record is all that remained when it came to the selection committee deciding who is in and who is out. After much anticipation, the team has found out that they are going dancing as the 7th seed in the South Central region. Upon hearing the news, players began celebrating and the social media world began to hear the news. Interim head coach Nate Gamet says his guys never gave up hope.
We've had a couple days of practice where we don't know if we're going to make it or not. The guys were just there practicing and worked very hard. A lot of teams could quit or cash it in, but our guys didn't. They practiced hard and be rewarded for it.
This marks Cameron's first NCAA tournament berth in school history. University Athletic Director Jim Jackson expresses his joy for the opportunity these players are getting.
The guys earned it, and this is a special group of guys, and that's just fantastic. I am so happy for them, and it's all about the players. It's all about our student athletes.
The game will be on March 16th in Denver, Colorado against second seed St. Mary's University in Texas. For CUTV, I'm Jack McGuire.